And then you handed down a sentence. You gave Mr. Smith 12 years.
Here's Johnny. Thank you, Ed. Well, hello there, my social media family. Being up in the subscribers and our visitors alike who are affiliated or associated with and are representing my own YouTube social media channel as we have it, being as it is, of some or such that being of which your persons are affiliated and are associated with and are representing. How you all doing? My peace, my folks, famo, social media family. What it be like? What's up? What's going down? What's popping? What's dropping? What's hopping? What's popping? What's dropping? Hopping. Hopefully, anything and everything on a positive note of interest that is legit as in legal and that is, beneficial, constructive, or contributing, not devastating or destroying anything and everything or anybody and everybody, contributing to what is beneficial, that is legit, that's legal, and upon a positive note of interest for some or such as anybody and everybody. Yes, how you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay. Not better yet to be said, to be feeling all right and doing right. So you and yours, your family and friends, hopefully me and mine. Or if not, best of all, as we said, was any of your persons, any of your persons, whoever is feel associated with and representing your own, you and yours, your family and friends, your different families and friends of your different households as well. When it comes to me and mine for personal survival plan or program, if not to be said, whereas any of us can or could possibly claim to feel more blessed than stressed. At least, hopefully, we are okay. Not bad yet, all right. Or not best of all, blessed and stressed. Look at this ridiculous t-shirt. Y'all see it? Talk about the abortionists. But then, the gangbangers or, the street punks and skinheads are like amateur, unprofessional abortionists in their own right. Being of which is supposed to be the present video content of a social media broadcast. Whereas I was meaning to address this issue much earlier, but I was feeling up under the weather, dealing with some of such general health issues of a physical nature. Sorry about that, but now I'm trying to get to it now. Hopefully I'm feeling much better than what I felt like last. Whereas lately it was more than likely and more often than not seemed like as if I myself personally was making a local vicinity area neighborhood community hospital, wherever it is, wherever one would be at whatever given at its location, or whichever ones I could possibly pay a visit to seek medical treatment. It would seem like I was making it like my second home away from home. And then that be said and stated correct, regardless of whether or not I myself being my person were to have to do follow-up at some kind, sort of type of clinic to be affiliated, associated with and representing some or such thereof. And moving right along. Anyway, though, whereas the present social media broadcast as we have it, being of some such video content, is to address the issue of how a 13-year-old No. Was it a 16-year-old, 13-year-old, or 12-year-old, or 9-year-old? No, it was a 7-year-old. Not worse than that. 5-year-old, 3-year-old. Yes, a 7-year-old underage minor of a child had one's life snuffed out, being that because of the likes of these stupid gangbangers or street punks, skinheads out here, for that of the inner city or for any major metropolitan American city, for our own great metropolis as we have it, of a supposed so-called democratic republic or democracy, whereas, more often than not, mainly or mostly, ethnic minority males more than Caucasian males, or non-white males more than white males, are being popped from behind in their backs by the likes of dirty cops who misrepresent the police uniform and badge as they fire, a few or more than quite a few rounds into the backs of non-white males. Like one cowboy would do another cowboy in the days of the old West, Yes. But then, not that I mean to be seeming like I'm wagging a dog ass and changing the subject, No, quite the contrary. And though some such other can be related to, that still another urban legend horror story of a nature otherwise, This particular one is having to do with that of how a child had gotten caught in a crossfire of gangland warfare, between two rival street gangs of street punks, and had one's life taken from one, Then because some fool gangbangers or street punks, who can compare them to skinheads, decided that they wanted to, make like a shooting gallery, like they were at a carnival, trying to win some such prizes, shooting up some anything and everything, or anyone and everyone, everybody, with the exception of their fellow cocksuckers or poop busting piss ass or rival gangbangers and street punks, and took out the life of an underage minor, of a child, of a kid, of an infant, of a baby. Well, a toddler is like a baby, And that is just so much a pathetic, pitiful, not to mention crying shame for that to have happened. Yeah, somewhere on, what was it, upon the south side? No, my bad, correction, the west side, within city limits of our own great metropolis up here, up north in the Midwest, and for the city of metropolitan Chicago, Illinois, USA. I'm sorry, the waterworks is about to come. Get emotional and think about Earth's most precious resources, being the youth, children. How do you do that? But what's wrong with you gangbangers, you street punks, you skinheads? How can you even so much as kill an old woman, let alone a child? With your stupid, sick gangland warfare, I mean, if you don't know how to shoot a gun, just stop shooting, because all you're doing is just hitting anything and everything and anyone, everyone, anybody, everybody else, except your rival, except your the focus of your targets of attention being your rival poop busting piss dancer cocksuckers, a fellow riffraff, being a rank and file, the criminal element, rival gangbangers rival street punks and skinheads. It just don't make sense. And where this happened most recently, I think within what was it, last week or possibly worse yet, the last couple few days. I mean, for crying out loud. But the likes of you're killing babies, man. Killing old women and children. What's wrong with y'all? You know, why do y'all do that kind of stuff? You know, they have a right to. You know, the children have a right to grow up, live their lives, taking their lives from them before they were to really experience life. You're killing babies, man. Children, underage minors. You're killing an old woman, pregnant woman. It don't make any sense, you know. So I had heard this happen sometime most recently, whereas one of these fool gangbangers shot a bullet through the head of a 7-year-old child of an underage minor. Got caught in crossfire the heat of gangland warfare between two rival factions of the street, somewhere on the west side. And somebody out there, more than quite a few of you witnesses, y'all know what happened, I mean, I can understand. I could relate to that. Where you're quite so much having a phobia, and complimenting the thought that, that snitches get stitches. But sometimes you have to put your life on the line. Sometimes you have to be willing to take a gamble at the chance of, karma coming back at you, but you never know. I mean, and to compliment the old saying, one must die that others may live. Sometimes you have to, leave a legacy, regardless of whatever the outcome, so that others can live, especially, when it comes to old women and children, and pregnant moms, I mean, suppose that would have been your own child having this life snuffed out by a stupid, sick, bonehead, butthead, brain dead, brainless idiot in a sickle of an uncivilized prehistoric Neanderthal. That's to be translated to be defined as meaning bonehead, butthead, brain dead, brainless, modern day caveman or cavewoman. Stuck on stupid, acting like their brains are gone out to lunch, misbehaving, wearing their emotions on their shoulders, just going out here and shooting like crazy. Remind me of a certain neighbor from down hell, of a local poop butt and a pissant of a gay like homosexual, faggoty, drug pushing psychopath and sociopath, black male character of a neighbor from down hell, where I'm presently located at for a building at its location in one of the less preferred sanctuary neighborhood communities. If you know what I mean, read between lines, fill in the blanks. As in one being of which is more impoverished, more, poverty stricken, not to mention more crime ridden, whereas I have had to, relocate as in move here with what little personal fact belongings or possessions upon, short notice, just to keep from possibly becoming of the rank and file of the dialect transients of, bag ladies and shopping cart pushing gentlemen, so far as the homeless is concerned, And ever since then, I have been catching hell coming from this one particular neighbor from down hell, being the main one, who is a local drug pusher of a poop butt and or pissant with his creepy, cowardly, and faggoty self, assuming that he has a legit personal vendetta, a legit grudge match with me. I've never done anything to him, or even so much as said anything to him to warn and justify all this unwelcome focus of attentions, bad karma, negative vibes, again, which he himself continues to generate against my person upon a daily and nightly basis. And more often not, causes me to lose sleep quite regularly at times on a usual basis. Going in and out of one or two back doors to the building here, mainly or mostly the one next to my apartment door. Propping something in between the door and the border, being because the lock mechanism is messed up compared to the other one, which you could easily come and go as you please with a key. And only being there because I had, reported his late night criminal activities to the management of the building, real estate administrative representative personnel. How he himself would cause me to lose sleep and wake up late and start my day off late, upon a regular basis, And whereas he's been giving me the business ever since, from following me into the business management office, whereas I was having misgivings about renewing my apartment rental lease because of him, to sitting on a stoop outside the building dead at night, attempting to spook me, talking crazy to me, whereas I'm having to call the police on him for that, to running in back or behind me as I'm trying to become part of the ridership of a mass transit, of a public transportation system with all of these many different bus and train routes as a passenger thereof, for the one across the street of a train station from the building where I'm at, where I'm having to take a detour and catch a bus much rather instead, to telling me that if I call the police on him again, we're going to have a problem, because I had to call the police on him for both of those incidents as well. Him running behind me, like with one hand in his coat or jacket pocket, like he packaged heat, to him telling me if I call the police on him again, we're going to have a problem, to he himself coming in through the back door of the building, one or two that he goes out in and out of more than the other one, being the one next to my apartment door, because I barely made it into the building, into my apartment, locked the door to my place of residence, and called the police. And not in time too soon, as my cell phone was about to die out. And at the same time, I'm charging a cell phone while I'm calling the police, let them know there's trouble in paradise. And ever since then, I had my secondary cell phone reactivated just in case of an emergency crisis like that again, whereas he is like standing outside my door to my place rather than you got into the apartment cussing and swearing like a drunken sailor, like he himself is practically, if not possibly, about to kick it in. But then getting back to the original subject matter. So these similar cuckoo for Cocoa Pops are taking out our children because of their stupid and sick gangland warfare. That's so tragic. But then on this last note of interest, I would like to say, if you don't have Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I hope that you would think to do so now. I remind attention to accept him as some such, recognizing and realizing what he himself had done upon the cross of Calvary to fulfill biblical prophecy, to restore the breach between he himself as God who came in human flesh, as the Lamb God to take away the sin of the world, to fulfill biblical prophecy with his blood sacrifice, to restore the breach between him and mankind, so that you don't have to worry about ending up in the lake of fire down hell. But so that once you were to make that transition for the great beyond the hereafter, afterlife, so that you can become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven and have the only fire assurance against that place of torment otherwise. Hey, but then you all take care and be safe. And you can even be blessed down here upon the planet Earth if you accept Christ as your personal Lord. Take care and be safe. And we're out. Peace.